Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video we're going to cover 12 RV essentials under $30 that change the game. Okay, fine, maybe they don't change anybody's game, but they're pretty necessary. We like to keep things very simplistic. We only carry things that we feel like we truly need. We try to keep things to a minimum and not like pack way too much crap. Now we are part-timers and we try to keep things very simple. So these are things that we love and actually use, and hopefully they'll be helpful to you too. So we're going to jump right into it. One of my favorite things that I definitely love are these airtight food containers by Ello. E-L-L-O. And like you can get them in a set. They come at, you can get them at Target, but you can also find them on Amazon.
Are they next to the patients?
They are next to the patients at Target. That's where we buy our camping patients. Yes. But these are awesome because, first of all, they lock tight, and that is important for traveling down the road, as you guys already know. But they're airtight, and so they're going to keep your food fresh if you're gone a little while. Now, like, what would I put in this if I'm not a full-timer? Well, because I have a taller one that looks like I would put pasta in it. Well, sure, we'll cook pasta on occasion. But I would put cereal in there, or I would put, in this, I would put trail mix, or even cookies. And that, like, breaks down the packaging. So, like, when the kids are opening all the packages and there's Oreos flying everywhere, this can just save the day, too. So not only does it stay fresh, it creates less mess. So I love them. The other option for that is these Rubbermaid Brilliance brand. This is the tag for it. You can find these at Target too, right in the same section, but they're also lockable and airtight. I like these as well. Obviously, I bought these little labels and labeled this one coffee. Definitely an essential that I think all campers should have. Okay, my second one is the venti fan. Now, I will admit this one is not $30, guys, but it is a little higher. But I'm going to tell you that girl math is a real thing. Girl math simply means that, like, okay, maybe we spent $90 on it, but we've used it 490 times, and that breaks down to, well, it's free at this point.
So she has it on camera, so when next time I buy something expensive and she gets mad at me, I'm going to talk about guy math. It's essentially the same as girl math, but just saying.
Yeah. So it's extendable, it packs down, it's got this cute little cubby it comes in, it's got a remote control. You charge it overnight or something, it lasts like 48 hours, the battery does. It's got a light, this little LED light, if you want to use it for a night light, so it's like versatile, it's dual usage, a fan and a night light.
And it rotates left and right.
It does do that, let's do it. It rotates.
And I am not rotating the camera to make it look like it's rotating. We actually have one of these in our bedroom, and we love it because you can move it around. It's small.
The best part about it, guys, if you're like me, when you're camping, you don't like the loud noise of the AC or the heat running all night, because sometimes I want to be able to hear what's happening in the camper. I like a little white noise, but not like that, you know, from the AC. And this gives it a little bit of white noise that helps me sleep well, but I can still hear like what's going on outside. You're going to want to know if you've heard one of your undercarriage doors shut and it's 2 a.m. and you know your husband's not out there doing something. So this kind of quiets it down a little bit. So it just folds down like that. It's got its own little carrying case, charger, little strap if you want it, but I don't think it's necessary.
Well, and what's great about it too is because it goes in that little case, and as you guys know, as we're camping, we're looking for things that save us space. I mean, space is like at a premium, you know, especially like we're in a travel.
High premium.
We're in a travel trailer, so we don't have a lot of space, extra space. So, you know, everything's got to count.
Third thing is my hot water kettle. If you've seen any of our videos, you've seen me use this a lot. Now guys, look, I mean, we're kind of minimalist here. Honestly, I've got like 4 things in here. So we don't pack a whole lot of stuff, but one of them is this hot water kettle. Now it can be any hot water kettle, electric, but once you get hooked up, And if you don't have, like, for instance, when Jarrett didn't get a water hose that was long enough and he had to go down to Dollar General to get one, I couldn't use the water for a little bit. And so what I did instead, I had electric and I could plug in my hot water kettle and bam, I had hot water in 30 seconds. So these are so simple. This one's really small. You can find them anywhere. We learned how to use these in Ukraine, actually. If you don't know much about our family yet, well, something interesting is 2 of our kids are adopted from Ukraine. And so we were there for several months. And through that process, we learned how to live off electric hot water kettles because sometimes in some of those smaller village towns, you know, you had to make do in this tiny little room and hotel. And we used it for oatmeal and like ramen noodles and coffee. They had a lot of instant coffee there. And so whatever, you can have boiling water in seconds, and these are perfect for RVers.
And in the wintertime, they're great for hot chocolate.
Yes, they have 100,000 uses. Okay, 4th thing is these Brewmate coffee mugs. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, I'm not a Yeti fan. These are also about 30 bucks. These are expensive coffee mugs, but I love them. And that's because they lock tight. You can, there, you unlock it, and it's also airtight. Keeps it hot or cold because it could be for coffee or wine. See, they're smart, they know what they're doing. So that's all I have to say about Brewmate. They're awesome. They have a non-skid pad on the bottom too. And Jarrett likes his manly camo design. 5th thing is these storage caddies. These are also under or at 30 bucks, I'm not sure. You can find these on Amazon. I've showed them to you before, but they come in like a set of 3 or 4. I think ours came with 3. But they're kind of flimsy, I'll be honest. They're kind of like this weird canvas material. But they work, and all you have to do is assign one to each person or kid, and that's their bathroom stuff. And when it's time for them to go shower, because there's only one bathroom in here, unless you're fortunate enough to have a bath and a half or 2 full baths in your camper, wow. I don't want to clean that many toilets, but if you do, we've been there, done that. Just don't want to do it anymore. So we share one bathroom, and it's fine. Each person has their caddy, they take it to the bathroom, they do all their showering, and then they put it right back. Very simple. Essential. It's a part-time RVer. My next one is essential because it keeps the kids entertained. And those are rocket copters. I don't have any to show you right now, but I'll put up a picture, or of course we'll put a link in the description box. But rocket copters are so much fun. They light up, you fling them up in the air. I'm sure if you guys have been camping a long time, you've seen them. They've been popular for several years. Our kids love them. We love them. We like to be kids at heart. They keep the kids busy for hours of entertainment. If like you're just hanging out at the campground that day, give the kids a packet of rocket copters. They're fun in the day and night. And you know, the Bible says, you know, if you want to enter the kingdom of heaven, you got to be a kid at heart, right? So just play with some rocket copters and you're in.
Does the Bible actually say that?
Yes. Why is that? You have to be like a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. One must be like a child.
Well, I'm gonna slide right in.
Oh, you need some rocket copters in the campsite.
If you got to be a child, I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna slide right in. So Valley says I'm a child all the time. So on my 6 things under $30 that are like must-haves, my stuff is not super exciting, but this is stuff that I have used on almost every camper that I've owned, and it's the little things, right? So my first thing is a water hose elbow. Now, I see people do this all the time. I don't know why people don't use these more often, but everywhere your water plugs into your camper is basically straight into the side of the camper. See people screw their hose in and they let their hose drop. Maybe they put the little wire things around the hose to kind of hold it up. But this kind of alleviates that. So when I screw this into the side of the camper, I can actually screw my water hose straight up into the bottom, and I avoid the kinking in the water hose, and you don't lose water pressure. One thing that I've learned about camping over the years is water pressure goes one or two ways. It's not nearly enough, or it's like a fire hose. It's one or the other. It's never in between. And so this kind of alleviates that part of it. Now the next thing that I use, and I've had a bunch of these, and again, I've had the same one, and they make cheaper ones. This one is about 25 bucks. This is a water pressure regulator. I use it all the time. I've actually if I can get it out of the box. What I like about this one is it shows your water pressure, how much pressure you got. And then what I also like about it is on the top, you can screw this for more pressure or less pressure, to kind of depending on what you're doing and where you're at. And so sometimes, like if I'm, you know, I've got kids in the shower and we're trying to do dishes, I need more water pressure, I can turn it up. Or if I've got too much water pressure, you know, I can turn it down to kind of regulate what I'm doing. I think these are about $25 and these are lead free, so I do like that. So most of my stuff seems like it's to do with water. Again, super simple, cheap, $15 water filter. Plug it right on. I always put this right at the hydrant where the water comes out where you plug in. I don't put this on the camper side, I put this on the hydrant side. I've always had a camper with a filter of some sort on it. This camper does not have a built-in filter, so I use this one. Super inexpensive. This one should go without saying, but I have a few of these, but this is a kink-free water hose. Now, I don't even know why they sell those plastic vinyl-y white water hoses, and my neighbor to the right of me has one right now hooked to his camper. They are the worst. You can't roll them up. They get kinked up. They're a huge pain in the ass, and
they're pitas.
They're pitas, and I don't know why people use these. These guys, I think this was like 15 or 16 bucks. I have another one in the back of my truck in case I don't have enough water hose with me, and so I like these because again, they roll up easy. I screw them together, and they help me save some space. One other thing that I use, and I get asked about these all the time, wheel chocks, big rubber wheel chocks. And I like these much better than the ones you buy at like Camping World, the plastic ones, because those hard plastic ones can scoot on you. I grew up on a farm and we would chalk stuff sometimes, and if the chalk didn't bite, it would just slide. So the wheel would roll on this, and then the bottom of it would just scoot across, and you'd have your hay wagon going over the hill, and ensuing verbal exchanges between who was ever there with you about what was going on, generally not very pleasant. And anyway, but these work great because they're rubber, they're soft, they'll bite into the asphalt. Got these at Harbor Freight, or as I like to refer to them as Hobo Freight, for like $6 a piece. And I get asked a lot about these, and it's kind of crazy, but you can get these at Harbor Freight for $6. Now, my bonus item. If you would have met me when we first started camping, you would have thought I was the biggest idiot alive. And you've probably, if you've met me recently, you still may think I'm the biggest idiot alive. But I used to start fires with a propane torch, like one of those little Brunzomatic, like you would solder something with. And I would throw the torch in, and we would let that thing run and run and run, and it was noisy. And sometimes we'd get a fire right away, and sometimes we wouldn't. And Valerie's back there laughing because she remembers this. And I don't really remember what turned me on to this, but I was in Lowe's one day and I was looking around, and I thought, you know, I think that would work to start a campfire. Duraflame.
Yeah.
This is so much easier than the easiest way to start a fire. As you guys know, I joke, I say they only bring firewood from the bottom of the lake to the campground because you got to dry it before to burn. And I've never really had an issue starting a campfire with these Duraflames. Now there's other brands out there, and
the rest of them suck.
This has been the best ones. They do suck, and I buy a big box of these.
This is not a sponsored video.
No. I buy a big box of these, and then the beginning of the year, typically will last me all year. I just throw them into one of the storage compartments, and then we'll put the link in the description below if you want them. But
they're the best.
They're the best. It's windy today, and I'm going to start a fire to show you that these things actually work. These are our essentials under $30. Let us know what your essentials are. I'm kind of curious. Everybody does things a little bit different. I'm curious what yours are. Check out in the description below, we have a link to our must-haves. Check it out. It's actually part of what we're doing now. Like and subscribe if you watch this video up at this point. Thank you guys for keeping up with us. We'll see you on our next adventure.